How do? Welcome to East Highland Way. It is Bank Holiday Monday, Easter Monday. And just before I left the hotel, breaking news that Pope Francis had died. I'm not a religious man, but rest in peace. But yeah, so we've had about 3 or 4 weeks, really nice weather. And then just before I've come up here to do this, it's got a bit more changeable. The forecast said it's going to rain mid-morning, starting heavy midday till about 6 o'clock. It's about 11:15 now and there's no sign of it, so I'm hoping it holds off. Hence why I've got hot waterproof gear on and covered on rucksack. Thought it'd be sensible instead of waiting last minute, but now I'm red hot. But don't look too bad at the minute. Forestry track for quite a bit away, following railway line towards Spean Bridge, where I'm going to stop off and get a drink and top my water up. Aiming for just after Roy Bridge today. It's in a spot on like a bit of an island that I've seen other people camp on in their videos. 18.7 mile, day one. We'll see how we go. Yeah, so I left, come up yesterday, left Yorkshire, left the house at 8 o'clock, got train up to Glasgow via Edinburgh, and then because of train times it didn't work out that there were a train from Glasgow to Fort William. There was one later on, but they got me in at 8 o'clock, so got to Glasgow I think about 2 o'clock, and then I booked a Citylink bus from Glasgow to Fort William at 10 to 4, so I went to the pub and had a few pints. And then it was a 3-hour 10-minute coach journey up. Got to Fort William at 7. I stopped at Garrison Cells, which is banging centre, but it was £100 a night. The room's about 8 foot square. You do have a private shower, but it's across landing. You have your room key, lets you into your own little shower. But yeah, it's a little bit claustrophobic. It was just like a memory foam mattress on like a wooden pallet bed thing. It would have done out nice, don't get me wrong, but and it is bang in the middle, so I suppose £100 is where it is, isn't it? I'm booked in same place when I finished these walks in 9 days, if I make it. I suppose I ought to clarify the reason the room is about 8 by 8 is because apparently it's the old police station, so it's the old police cells that have been done up as little bunk rooms. You do get your own little toilet and sink. As I said, the shower's over at landing. But you are bang in the middle, it's like virtually next door to Black Isle Bar, so and obviously there's lots of passing trades, so I suppose they can charge that. But yeah, I'm happy to pay it rather than sort of camp at Glen Nevis. I'd rather have a shower and a nice bed for start and end, and then you can have a pint and just flop into bed. Even in Ireland you get arseholes. Right, so I'm about 7 miles in. Been walking for just over 2.5 hours. There's a bit of roadwork to start with, so head towards the original finish point for West Highland Way, and then you turn right along the road, and then once you're up into Woodland and drop that down to North Face car park, it's just these forestry tracks. It's just fairly straight, several miles towards Spean Bridge. I've got railway line to my left, so even though there's no signs, it's obviously nowhere near as waymarked as West Highland Way, but you shouldn't go wrong on this section, because it's just as long as you keep railway track to your left, it's just a straight road towards Spean Bridge. Also, it's 12:10 and there's no sign of rain as yet. When I looked last night and this morning, it said heavy rain 6:12, so fingers crossed it holds off, because as you know, that would be a massive bonus. There's the Ben, shrouded in cloud at the moment. Had a few people out last night, seen on some message boards. Quite a few people got 3/4 of the way up yesterday and turned back, which is obviously the wise decision. At some points it was like total whiteout conditions and very, very breezy, so that's obviously what you need to be doing if it's like that, and put yourself on mountain rescue in danger. Right, so the path continues through that gate and that way, but if you go that way you then have to double back to Spean Bridge. So I'm going to go this way, tip road, walk into Spean Bridge and then pick the track up after I'd resupplied. Right, so I've just left Spean Bridge, just heading that road by the river, and I'll cross back over at railway line and back onto the path. Just had a coffee and a sandwich, sausage roll, some fruit, replenish my water bottles. Just took weight off my feet for 20 minutes. So we're just over 10 mile in. I'm supposed to be doing 17.4 according to GPS today, which is just a bit further on from Roy Bridge, so we'll see how it goes. I've had a few spits, but it's not started raining proper, so I hope that continues. I've got a new tent on this trip. I've not used it before, put it up once at home just to see what crack were. I could do without putting it up in rain, but if that's how it is, that's how it is. It's not raining heavy, I can handle this. I don't want to tempt fate, but it does look brighter in the direction I'm walking in, so hopefully this will pass over and it'll be dry further on. I'll tell you what, River Spean's just to the left of me and it's absolutely gorgeous without rock formations, but you can't get any clear views of it because of these woods, which is a bit of a shame. That was first East Highland Way sign I've seen, and it's a good job I spotted it, because when I first looked at that gate I thought that's chained up, it can't be that way. Right, so I don't know whether these high fences are to keep deer out or to keep deer in, because I passed one at wood outside of me not so long back, and I'm really glad that them guys, if you can see them through there, are on the other side. Because last thing I need is a run-in with them big buggers. Oh dear, two cows over there, and if you look through them trees where it path goes, there's a big one laid down. Oh no, I'm just to head for that gate and go other side of that fence. Hope it brings me out back onto the path. Oh, I do like this at this late stage in the day. Right, so I'm getting in my white berth. I'm just hoping I can get through and not end up in a bog. I think we're okay. Right, so that's a big gate shut behind me, coming out the cow field. I think his camp spot's about 1.5 miles, so hopefully that gate remains shut and there's no more cows kicking around further on. Still dry, don't want to tempt fate. If I can get my tent up dry, I'll be chuffed. I've just felt a spot then. Right, I don't think we found out at camp spot. Still dry. I think this will be it. Not a bad little spot. Right, we're here. Tent clothes are on. Consists of a t-shirt and long johns. 17.6 mile in total. It stayed relatively dry, which is good. I mean, It'd be nice if it don't rain through night, but at least I've got tent up now. Just spin you around. So new tent is a Durston X-Mid 2P solid. Got it from Durston website in Canada. You can get it from Peak and Valley in UK, but it works out a bit cheaper even with import duties if you get it from Durston website in Canada. A lot of people say that when it's posted you get an email from FedEx and you have to pay important duty tax before they release it for delivery, but mine came without any of that, and I thought, oh, I wonder if I've got away with it. But no, 2 weeks later I got a bill through post for £100.07, so it was just a bit cheaper if I can get it from UK, but it is what it is. We'll see how we go with it. It's very spacious. I'm still practicing how to get it pitched properly. Right, so as I thought might be the case, no phone signal at the camp spot. I've left itinerary with wife and kids and my mum, so they know where I'm roughly going to be if I go off radar for too long and they need to try and find me. They've got a rough idea where I'm going to be on what days, but I did warn them this was likely going to be the case, so don't worry too much, and I'll probably get in touch in the morning when I get a signal. But yeah, it's a lovely spot. It's about 6 o'clock, I think. Not particularly hungry. I do this all the time. I bring meals and I'm never hungry. But see how I feel in a bit. Plenty of time before it gets dark. See, that's why I like a two-person tent. I'm not a big fan of leaving stuff in vestibules. I just think you can get a bit damp. Mice can get them. But yeah, I prefer to have everything in tent. I know it's a mess, but there's room to just pour everything out and then just pack it all away in the morning. So today we've done Fort William to, I apologise in advance, Ac Lower Crack, or there or thereabouts. Just a 17.6 mile. Tomorrow we're going to Loch Lagan, possibly camping on beach depending on weather. That's a nearly 21 mile day, but then the next 2 days are about 15s. And the last day from not Clones, that's a different walk. Wherever it's from, Birchley, it's 10 mile to Aviemore. And then I'm getting train to Inverness for night. And then if my legs and feet will allow it, I'm doing Great Glen Way back to Fort William, and then a night at that garrison cells. If my legs and feet pack in, hopefully I'll get to the end of this one, and then I might just do like a bus trip between the points. So we're going to stop it anyway and just do a bit of a pub crawl. As you might have noticed, I like a pint after a walk, but obviously with wild camping that's not possible. I'm not very good at sleeping, so obviously there's a lot of time spent in tent, so hopefully when it gets dark I'll drop off. Otherwise it's going to be 4 long nights. Right, so this is a new one. Tonight's tea is spicy pork noodles, fire pot meal. So remove the whatever it is. Right, so filled it up to level, sealed it. I've got to get 15 minutes. Stick it in there. Try and keep it warm, because I've done these before. They've not been red hot, and I think that doesn't help sort of rehydrate them. But we'll see what this one is like when it's ready. Right, obviously I've got a couple of power banks with me, but I've got no phone signal here, so I can't use it for out. So once I've got tent set up, I've charged phone up, and then once it's full, I've just turned it off. There's no point in draining it overnight. I'll just switch it back on in the morning. I'm using clock on GoPro to time this meal. About 4 minutes left. I'm getting a stir. Looks like cheese rather than noodles. As usual, I feel like there's not enough water in it. It's definitely a bit dry. Not bad, it's just there's not enough water in. I put it at level, but it looks a bit more in, but I just can't be bothered. So I'm just going to eat it. Try not to drop out on the floor in case I track things in the night. Not bad. Could have done with being a bit wetter. But they are what they are, aren't they? I think they were about 7.5, 8 quid. So they're not cheap, but it's convenience. It's weight. When you're doing these multi-dayers, a lot of people who do it while camping regularly, they like get their own dehydrating kit, wherever that is, and do their own, so they cook proper meals and then dehydrate them. But it's just a faff in it. For the time I'm going to use them, they have to do when it gets some calories in. 510 calories. I'll eat an hour or so and I'll have a hot chocolate and hopefully get some sleep. I'll get a bit of sleep. Let's hope daft happens at night. See you at morning. Thanks for watching. I hope you'll join me in part 2. Steady.